Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into Natas, a war game from OverTheWire designed to sharpen and improve your web security skills. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Now let's jump in and start hacking our way through Natas. The level I'm going to do will be level 11. I must say this level is pretty much difficult. In order to get this level down, we need to understand PHP code, which involves several functions which are not easy to understand. Okay, but don't worry, I will go through this PHP code together with you, with my great efforts. Okay, so now we can copy this address to begin with. We can head over to Kali Linux and paste in here. And we need to provide the username Natas11, and we can copy its password from notebook. Click sign in. No problem. So far so good. And here it's saying cookies are protected with XOR encryption. You know, before we proceed, I'd like to explain this encryption a bit. I've already opened up this wiki page. You know, in cryptography, the simple XOR cipher is type of additive cipher. For example, you know, like maybe I can go back to notebook. 1 XOR or 0 XOR 0. This would be, you know, would be 0, and 1 XOR 0 would be 1. Okay, 1 XOR 1 would be 0. I think you have already got my point. So I think from, you know, when you know, operate two values with this cipher XOR, we can derive any of them from two others. So I think this is the basic principle of the XOR cipher. Okay, so let's go back. But so far we didn't know what this encryption is used for. Okay, so here we can set background color, and this is the hex code for color. For example, you know, you can go to a website like a hex color code, and if you want, you can change the background color. Let me scroll down. For example, we can change it to this color as example. Of course, this should be prefixed with the pound sign, and set color. As you can see, the background has been modified. But you know, the background color has nothing to do with our job. Okay, here just I show you what this you know, this function is behaving. And next we need to go to the source code by viewing this code, and now come to the big block of the PHP code. Okay, now I think before we go ahead, here it's saying cookies. Maybe we need to first of all to check its cookie, and we can navigate to storage, and then you can see, yes, indeed, this site has already set the cookies for us, or set cookies to client. You know, the cookie is a mechanism between the client and the web application to keep session, okay, or to keep some kinds of data. So here in these cookies, just one key value pair, and the key name is data, and the value is this one, very long string. And it looks like this is the encoded by URL, the %3D. This stands for equal sign, okay? So let's go back. We need to understand the PHP code, very clearly, otherwise we cannot get this job done. So the first one is define the variable default data, and this is the array, okay? And this array has two key pairs, show words, show password, and at this moment it's no. And the background color is this one. Of course, we have already changed. And next, define the function. I think this function is to do some kinds of encryption, okay? We will pass the argument input text, and then we'll return out text. So at this moment, we do not need to care about how this encryption is done, okay? And next, also define another function, load data, and we'll pass the argument default. I think this should be the default data. However, here is global variable cookie. Cookie will be sent from the browser. Later, cookie will be carried in the request header. Okay, and next, the default data will be set to another variable, my data. So this case, the default data would be the array, okay? And then we'll check to see whether this cookie has the data key, okay? The cookie, and next, the temporary data variable, and this will do some kinds of decode, I think, the JSON decode. This one, encode, JSON is nowadays a very popular, famous data format, and we can convert or encode the array to the JSON. For example, we can copy this array, or maybe we can copy this one and go to the website. For example, like we can go to online PHP compiler. And we can use anyone. Maybe not this and this one I do not like. Oh, I think it's okay. So we can, for example, we can put over here and the JSON encode. And this function will encode this array to JSON format. Okay, so now maybe we can run. Why it's taking so long? Maybe I like to find another website. I think it's better, so we can simply copy this line of code. Echo in PHP is very like print in Python. Okay, so now we can run it. As you can see, this array has already been converted to JSON. So I think now let's go back. So this, I think, doing some kind of decode, or from the JSON format to array, and then of course this outer layer of decoding, and this is I think this is the first layer of decoding. Decode the Base64, and then XOR encrypt. I think, as I mentioned before, XOR encrypt or decrypt using the same steps. Okay, we can derive any of a value from all other two values. Okay, and then we'll check to see whether this. I think this should be. Array, right? Okay, is array, and if the array has show password key, and also has the background color key, and then we'll check to see this is the regular expression match. So we'll check to see the key for this background color has strings of this pattern. This pattern is to define the hex code for color. Just mention this one. This is delimiter. Okay, in PHP we'll use the delimiter to define the regular expression. So anything between this delimiter and this delimiter has in front of the regular expression and also after the regular expression. So this is the purpose of the delimiter. And this one, this special character means will match to the beginning of the string. So I think it means that this value, or the value to this key, this key, the background color should be prefixed with the pound sign, just like this one. Okay, always should be starting from the pound sign, and then this one just how to say, we do not want to capture, we just a match. Okay, and this is the square bracket here. This one define the characters set. This one, the backslash D means the digit, and the A to F. So it means that we need to check whether the string is indeed hex color code. As you can see, only consists of the readable, or the uppercase character or lowercase characters, right? And also the digits. So nothing else, no special character. Okay, and this is how many? 6. This is a quantifier. It means that there will be 6 of previous expression, and the dollar means the end, so no any other characters. Okay, and the I means ignore case or case insensitive. So I think I've already explained this, the regular expression. So if this indeed is the value of the background color, and then we'll set the password. So this one, from the temp data variable, this is the array set to the my data, and then we'll return this array. And this is another function. We'll save the data. Here, this function is just to do one thing: set cookie. Okay, and this, and the cookie has one key value pair, and the key name is data. Yeah, I think we can go back. The key is data and its value. However, the value is encoded. The first layer, I think this one is array. Okay, later we can check it out. Okay, and then we can use this function to convert array to JSON. Special kinds of string like this one, and then we'll do the we'll do the XOR encryption, and this is defined in this function. Okay, in these few lines of code. Okay, and then we'll encode this returned out text. Okay, and then so of course up to this line, any of the code except this one are not executed, just define several or 3 functions. But this line will call the function. The first function which is called is load data. So load data, the default data will be argument to which will be passed to this function. Okay, and then we'll just for example we'll do some decode, because this one the data is the array, right? It's array, and array check, and then we'll get the cookie and try to the cookie, the data from the cookie will be saved into the my data. Okay, so next we'll check to see the key. The array has the key, the background color, and then this is the same as this one. We'll check to see whether this indeed is the hex color code. Okay, if it is, and then we'll set the this data, the key is background color. The value of this key would be this one. Okay, and then we can go on, scroll down, and then we'll here the data. This just the this is the CSS code. Okay, background and the data. So the color will be decided by this one, by this variable. Okay, and then the following code. So here, if the data password is equals to yes, and then we can get the password. So I think the most important thing for us to do is to set the show password to yes. Okay. However, this show password we cannot because of the cookie, and this data derives from the cookie, and the cookie is encrypted, not a clear text or plain text. If the this data is in clear text, we can easily manipulate the value from, for example, from no to yes. So because of difficulty or with encryption, we need to how to first of all, sorry, I think we need to set the value to yes. But before we do that, we need to know how the encryption is done. This one here is the key. Of course, here the key is censored or not displayed, and then the in or argument will be set to the text, and this is the output. The text at this moment is empty, and then we'll iterate each character. Okay, each character in this one, and then here outer text. This is the concatenation, and this is the current. The current character, and the current character will do the operation of XOR with the key, the current character of the key. However, if the length of the key is less than the text, for example, the key length is 3, but the text maybe, so for example, like a key is ABC. However, the text is, we can put anything, anything, and then we need to use this modular. For example, of course if the iteration, the first iteration is I is 1, and then the first character in the key is the A, and the first character is A, and then can do the XOR operation, and then all the way to the C. Of course, no problem. However, if it comes to the fourth character of the text, here nothing else. So we need to start from the beginning again. And this is how, for example, here I is 4 and the length is 3. And the modulus, we can do the modulus, and the result is 1. Okay? I think I have already explained it clearly. Okay? So, in summary, by this kind of iteration, we can encrypt the whole text or entire text. So next, what are we going to do next? We need to get its key. How to get the key? We have already get something, right? The you know, for example, I think here, this is the how the cookie is encrypted. We can copy and put over here. And here is the operations which are involved in encryption, right? In this encryption. And the value, we have already know that. Okay, so now we can copy and the last part is URL encode or encoding. We can replace this by equal sign. Okay, and then so this is the encrypted string. Okay, and the first layer, the outer layer, we do the reverse engineering, right? So next we need to decode this. We can, for example, we can get another string, and this is decoded. We can decode it by Base64. Okay, and next comes to this one, comes to the XOR encryption, and we know how this operation will be behaving. And the next we need to know this part. This part, as you know, the JSON encode is convert array to the JSON format. So I think next we need to get is, this is the default. As you can see, let's go back. This is the as you can see over here, the default data. A default data is this array. So I've already, converted the array to this format. Oh, sorry, the JSON data we can copy and then put over here. So, and the key, and this is the, for example, this, maybe, yeah, this is, so I think now the key. Now the problem is we have already got one value or one string, and key is another kind of string, and also the third string or the value. So I think this part we have already know that, and this part we have already know that. So we can, as I mentioned at the beginning, we can derive any one of value from all other two values. Okay, so we can get the key from this one and this one. And so how to do? We can utilize the Swiss Life subchef to do this, and we can go to subchef. And we can, we can copy this string, and we can select Base64. Although it's some sort of, some character which are not easy to understand, but it's fine, it's okay. Next, we can select SOR. Okay, and here, this time the key, of course, we can switch it to UTF or a key. And here the key, so any of a value can serve as a key. And this case is this one. We can copy and paste over here. As you can see here, the output, we have already got output, right? And these four characters is repeated several times. So I think this should be the key to encrypt this string, okay, or this JSON data. So let me have it here. Oh, not this one. We can So next, so how to next? To show password for the next level, we need to set it to yes. And then, we need to use the same way or reversed way to encrypt this cookie and then refresh the page, and then we can get our password. So how to do? We can copy and paste in here. Okay, and the key, remove. Maybe we can also, and this is the key. We can copy from here. Okay, and then we can, so the next layer, we need to encode with Base64, right? So the Base64 to Base64. Okay, now we can copy and we can replace existing cookie with our new or manipulated cookie and refresh. As you can see, we successfully got the password for the next level. Fantastic. I must admit, it's not easy for me to, explain many things of this level. But anyway, I think I have already tried my efforts to do this level. Okay, and if you want, I think we can write the Python code to retrieve the cookie. Let me show you. So Natas 11. This is very simple, and we can import request module. Let's do it very quickly because I've already spent a very long time. So we can, from requests authentication, HTTP basic authentication, and then we can, we can initialize the instance for this class. We can give two arguments, Natas 11 and password, and the password we can copy it from notebook. And also, this case involves the URL decoding. We can URL lib pass uncode. Okay. Next, we can send a response requests get. We can copy the URL from the browser and the authentication basic. Okay, so that's all. Next, we can cookie. So cookie, we can get the cookie value by response cookies, and then should be the data. Okay, and this is encoded by URL encoding algorithm. So we can use, this is the function encode. Okay, so then we can print out the cookie. Very easy. Now let's run it. So this is the cookie or decoded cookie. All right, so I think that's all I'd like to do in